Before you clicked on this video, something inside you was searching for an answer. Maybe you've been carrying a burden no one else can see. Maybe you've been wondering why everything has become so difficult lately. What if I told you this isn't a coincidence? This message found you because heaven has been watching every silent tear, every lonely night, and every prayer you whispered when no one else was listening. Today, July 27, is not just another day. For the chosen ones, this is a divine reminder that your season is changing. Don't skip this message because the last words may be exactly what your soul needs to hear today. Chosen one, stop scrolling for just 15 seconds. If this message has found you today, it's not by accident. Heaven has been watching every battle you fought in silence, and God has a powerful message for you on July 27th. Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear could be the confirmation you've been praying for. 1. Heaven has been watching chosen one. Take a deep breath and listen carefully. If this message has found you today, don't dismiss it as a coincidence. Sometimes God speaks in ways we don't expect, and perhaps today this message is one of those moments. Heaven has been watching your journey from the very beginning. Every challenge you've faced, every tear you've hidden, and every prayer you've whispered in the quiet of the night has been seen. There were moments when you felt invisible. You smiled in front of others while carrying pain that no one knew about. People may have misunderstood your heart, overlooked your kindness, or walked away when you needed them the most. But even in those lonely moments, you were never truly alone. God was with you, strengthening you in ways you couldn't see. You may have asked, "Lord, why is this taking so long? Why does it seem like everyone else is moving ahead while I'm still waiting?" Those questions are understandable. Waiting can be painful. But remember this: God's silence is never the same as His absence. Just because you haven't seen the answer yet doesn't mean heaven isn't working behind the scenes. Every act of faith you've shown has mattered. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness, hope instead of despair, and faith instead of fear, heaven noticed. Those moments were shaping your character and preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Sometimes God keeps His strongest servants hidden until the perfect time, not because He has forgotten them, but because He is preparing them for an assignment that requires strength, wisdom, and unwavering faith. So don't lose heart today. Keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting even when the path isn't clear. The season you've been praying for may be closer than it appears. Heaven has been watching all along, and God is still writing your story. The best chapter may be the one that's about to begin. 2. The enemy wanted you to quit chosen one. Have you ever noticed that the closer you get to something meaningful, the harder life seems to become? It's almost as if unseen forces are trying to convince you that you're not strong enough to keep going. You begin questioning yourself. You wonder if all your prayers have been in vain. You start believing that maybe you should simply give up. But what if those moments weren't signs that you were failing? What if they were signs that your faith was being tested? There are seasons in life when everything seems to come against you at once. Relationships fall apart. Doors suddenly close. Opportunities disappear. The people you trusted disappoint you. Even your own thoughts begin whispering lies like, "You're not good enough," "Nothing will ever change," or "God has forgotten you." Those thoughts can feel overwhelming, but they don't have to define your future. Instead of letting those moments destroy you, they can become opportunities to grow in perseverance, wisdom, and faith. Looking back, you may realize that some of your greatest lessons came from your hardest seasons. Think about everything you've already survived. There were days you thought you wouldn't make it through, nights when your heart was heavy and your future seemed uncertain, yet somehow you found the strength to keep moving forward. That strength didn't come from luck. It came from the grace that carried you one step at a time. Every setback has taught you something valuable. Every disappointment has made you wiser. Every delay has built patience. Every challenge has strengthened your character. The battle you're facing today is not the end of your story. It's part of the process that is shaping the person you're becoming. So don't let discouragement have the final word. Don't allow fear to silence your purpose. Keep showing up. Keep praying. Keep trusting, even when the answers don't come as quickly as you hoped. One day you'll look back on this season and realize that what felt like it was breaking you was actually building you. Chosen one, you have already overcome so much. Don't stop now. Stay faithful. Stay hopeful. The road ahead may still have challenges, but your journey isn't over. Sometimes the greatest victories come after the hardest battles, and your next chapter may be closer than you think. 3. It's time to rise. Chosen one, this is the moment you've been waiting for. For so long, you've been asking God for a sign. You've been praying for clarity, for direction, and for the strength to keep moving forward. Today, let this message be your reminder that you were never created to stay stuck in fear, disappointment, or regret. You were created to rise. Yes, life has been difficult. There have been moments when it felt easier to stay where you were than to take another step. Fear whispered that you weren't ready. Doubt told you that your best days were already behind you. The opinions of others tried to convince you that you would never become who God created you to be. But those voices do not have the final say. The only voice that truly matters is the one calling you forward. God didn't place purpose inside you so it could remain hidden forever. Every gift, every lesson, and every challenge you've experienced has been preparing you for this season. The waiting wasn't wasted. The setbacks weren't meaningless. Even the closed doors served a purpose. They redirected your path towards something better than you could have imagined. Now is the time to stop living beneath your calling. Rise above the fear that has been holding you back. Rise above the disappointment that has been stealing your joy. Rise above the opinions of people who never understood your journey in the first place. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next season, and that's okay. Some people were only part of one chapter, not the entire story. Don't chase those who chose to leave. Trust that God knows exactly who belongs in your life and who doesn't. Remember, an eagle doesn't ask permission to fly. It simply spreads its wings and rises above the storm. In the same way, you don't have to wait for everyone's approval before stepping into your purpose. God's approval is enough. So today, make a decision. Decide that fear will no longer control your future. Decide that yesterday's failures will not define tomorrow's opportunities. Decide that your faith will become stronger than your doubts. There may still be obstacles ahead, but you are no longer the same person who faced yesterday's battles. Every trial has made you stronger. Every prayer has brought you closer to God. Every season has prepared you for this one. Chosen one, this is your invitation to rise, not in pride, but in faith. Rise with courage. Rise with confidence. Rise knowing that the same God who carried you through your darkest days will also lead you into brighter ones. Your story isn't ending here, it's finally beginning. 4. Your breakthrough is closer than it appears. Chosen one, don't let this next moment pass you by. If you've made it this far, perhaps your heart needed to hear these words more than you realize. You've been carrying a heavy weight for a long time. Some days you've smiled on the outside while silently wondering if anything would ever change. You've prayed, you've waited, you've trusted, yet the answers didn't arrive as quickly as you hoped. But hear this today, just because you can't see movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Think about a seed planted deep in the ground. For weeks it looks as though nothing is changing. The soil remains still. There are no visible signs of life. Yet beneath the surface, roots are growing stronger every single day. The unseen work is preparing the seed for the moment it finally breaks through the ground. Your life may feel exactly like that season. You may not see the progress. You may not understand the delay. But heaven is still working behind the scenes. God is arranging people you've never met, opening doors you can't yet see, removing obstacles before they ever reach you, protecting you from situations that would have distracted you from your purpose. Many times, we mistake God's protection for rejection. We become disappointed when a relationship ends, when an opportunity slips away, or when a plan falls apart. But later, we discover that what felt like a loss was actually divine protection. Imagine if every prayer had been answered exactly when you wanted it to be. Would you have been ready? Would you have had the wisdom, humility, and strength to handle the blessing? Sometimes the answer isn't delayed because God is saying no. It's delayed because He's preparing you to receive something that lasts. Your breakthrough isn't only about changing your circumstances, it's about changing you. A stronger faith, a wiser heart, a deeper trust, a clearer purpose. When those things grow inside you, you'll be able to carry the blessings that are coming without losing yourself along the way. So don't quit now. Don't stop praying because you haven't seen immediate results. Don't stop believing because yesterday was difficult. The darkest hour often comes just before the sunrise. The final stretch of a journey usually feels the hardest because you're closer to the finish than you realize. Chosen one, your story is still unfolding. One unexpected phone call could open a new opportunity. One conversation could lead you to the right person. One decision could completely redirect your future. One ordinary day could become the day you look back on for the rest of your life and say, that was the moment everything changed. So keep your eyes on God, not on your fears. Keep your heart full of hope, not discouragement. Walk forward with confidence, even if you can only see one step ahead, because the God who has carried you through every battle has never abandoned you. Your breakthrough is not behind you. It may be closer than it has ever been before. Stay faithful, stay patient, stay expectant. The next chapter of your life could begin sooner than you think. Chosen one, if this message spoke directly to your heart, don't ignore it. Take this as your reminder that heaven has not forgotten your name. God is still writing your story. The chapter you're in is not the ending. It's only preparing you for what comes next. Before you leave, I want you to do something powerful. Type, "I will rise in faith" in the comments as your declaration, not because those words have magic, but because speaking faith changes your mindset. And if you know someone who has been struggling lately, share this message with them. You never know whose hope could be restored today. Finally, close your eyes for just a moment and remember this. You are seen. You are loved. You are protected. And heaven is watching over you. Keep your faith strong. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next divine message.